There'll be enough people who want to sell their house on Earth and move to Mars.
Elon Musk was once seen as the innovative visionary behind Tesla and SpaceX, passionate about sustainable technology and space travel.
Musk, in my opinion, is a once-in-a-century mind.
I really don't have any other motivation for personally accumulating assets except to be able to make the biggest contribution I can to making life multiplanetary.
But in just a few years, he has transformed into a conspiracy theorist, the darling of right-wingers,
Uma salva de palmas para Elon Musk!
and a cheerleader for Trump.
Take over, Elon, just take over.
As you can see, I'm not just MAGA, I'm dark MAGA.
He believes here in the United States that Kamala Harris is going to embrace more censorship and to shut down more voices. So I think there was a natural evolution for Musk to sort of start embracing former President Trump.
By the way, Elon Musk gave his total endorsement. Elon, he gave me the greatest, beautiful, most beautiful. He said, we're not going to have a country left if Trump doesn't get it.
Elon Musk is always looking at the bottom line and thinking about how does this affect his businesses.
I actually don't like politics at all. I hate politics. but the stakes are so high here that I have had no choice.
What is motivating Elon Musk's lurch to the right? And can he really influence the outcome of the US election?
If we lose them.
Trump and Musk weren't always the best of friends. Musk thought Trump was too old to run for president again, and Trump publicly mocked Musk at a rally.
Nah, he's got himself a mess. You know, he said the other day, oh, I've never voted for a Republican. I said, I didn't know that. He told me he voted for me. So he's another bullshit artist, but he's not going to be behind it.
But certain events led Musk to veer right, such as Twitter banning Trump from its platform after the January 6th insurrection.
There is a slightly libertarian right-wing slant to everything that Elon Musk does. He believes absolutely in free speech, even if that offends or sometimes really makes it quite violent.
Ex-owner Elon Musk has taken another swipe at the Australian government after defying orders to remove footage of a Sydney stabbing.
So many people on the left do control so much of our information today. And that's fine as long as they're not censoring information that other people need, right? And that was the fear of Trump. That's the fear of Elon Musk. And so I think that became something that bonded them.
But censorship wasn't the only factor. In an interview with Jordan Peterson in July, Musk claimed his daughter Vivian's transition was the impetus behind his ideological shift.
You know, it wasn't explained to me that puberty blockers are actually just sterilization drugs. I lost my son, essentially. So, you know, they call it dead naming for a reason.
Yeah,
All right, so the reason it's called dead naming is because your son is dead. So my son Xavier is dead, killed by the woke mind virus.
I will ask Congress to pass a bill establishing that the only genders recognized by the United States government are male and female, and they are assigned at birth.
Trump's war on woke resonated with Musk, as did his economic policies.
We're here today for one single reason: to cut the red tape of regulation.
The deregulation policies that Trump championed during his first term are attractive to tech entrepreneurs like Musk. Musk is a businessman, and Trump is good for business.
The tech sector more generally is always big business, small government, and so they do share an awful lot of views with the Republicans. They generally don't always get quite as eagerly into bed with Donald Trump, with all of the baggage that comes with that, as Elon Musk has. Elon Musk and tech executives believe that with Donald Trump they will see less of their money disappearing through taxation. They believe they'll see less red tape through regulation, and they just generally believe that Donald Trump has walked in their shoes before and made businesses successful, where Kamala Harris hasn't necessarily done that.
Speaking at a Financial Times conference, Musk saying he would reverse the Twitter ban on former President Donald Trump, and that it was not correct to ban him in the first place.
The people have spoken. Trump will be reinstated. Vox Populi, Vox Dei.
When Musk bought Twitter in 2022, he set about reversing a previous Twitter policy on political ads, which had been globally banned since 2019. The move to allow political ads in the US may have been motivated by revenue generation, but he also intended to turn Twitter, now X, into a town square for elections, hosting Ron DeSantis' campaign announcement in May, and a town hall with Trump in August, but both were marred by technical faults.
As this massive attack illustrates, there's a lot of opposition to people just hearing what President Trump has to say.
I think all political and company leaders should post on this platform themselves directly, as it bypasses the legacy media negativity filter.
Musk's free speech above all else approach on X means that there has been reported increases in extremist content on the platform, and new payable subscription plans allow anyone to display a blue tick, which in pre-Musk days was only attainable by undergoing verification checks. Think tanks and security firms have found that fake accounts on X are spreading disinformation related to the US election. Even Musk joined in by sharing a deepfake video of Kamala Harris, failing to label it as a parody.
I may not know the first thing about running the country, but remember, that's a good thing if you're a deep state puppet.
He also shared an AI-generated image of Harris. Both posts are in direct violation of X's policies.
We're trying to get attention for this very important petition to support the Constitution.
Social media platforms aren't the only way Musk exerts his influence. Political action committees are another. Over the last 3 months, he's donated $75 million to America PAC, a political action committee he founded to support Trump's presidential campaign. And in October, he announced he'd be offering cash sums to voters in swing states to sign a petition in favor of free speech and the right to bear arms, with one signatory per day being selected at random to win $1 million in the run-up to November 5th.
Your wealth and responsibility you are using to save speech, and we just all appreciate it. We really do. So thank you so much.
Legal analysts have questioned the legality of his actions.
The future is gonna be amazing!
So how much of an impact can Elon Musk really have on the election? If recent actions of governments are anything to go by, a lot.
Turning now to Venezuela, where violent protests have erupted over allegations that Sunday's presidential election was stolen by the country's authoritarian leader, Nicolas Maduro.
Following Venezuela's disputed election, Musk called Nicolas Maduro a dictator and a clown in a series of tweets. Maduro blamed him for the protests that erupted after the election and blocked the country's access to X for 10 days.
Elon Musk, quien se mete conmigo, se seca. Quien se mete con Venezuela, se seca. Elon Musk. ¿Quieres pelea? Vamos a darle, Elon Musk.
In August, X faced a 2-month ban in Brazil when Musk refused to pay fines and remove accounts spreading far-right disinformation.
Liberdade de expressão não é liberdade de propagação de discursos de ódio e preconceituosos.
Musk stood by his decision in defense of free speech, but eventually backed down, paying the $5 million fine. Then in August, when anti-immigration protests erupted across the UK, Tommy Robinson, leader of the former EDL, or English Defence League, was accused of using the platform to stoke the riots from abroad.
Before people get on quick and condemn the angry men, that anger is justified. Okay? I'm surprised it's took this long. And with your two-tier cowardice policing, you've actually encouraged the scenes you see tonight.
And Musk was accused of stirring tensions further when he tweeted,
"Civil war is inevitable."
The role of social media in the riots led the UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer to issue a stark warning.
And let me also say to large social media companies and those who run them, violent disorder clearly whipped up online, that is also a crime. It's happening on your premises. And the law must be upheld everywhere.
Fight, 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 vote, vote, vote.
So will Elon Musk's tactics, both online and offline, bring about the results that he wants?
The question, I suppose, with all of these things is, to what extent does online support translate into offline votes? And historically, we've seen that hasn't always been the case.
Can he find you 50, 100, 300,000 votes on the margin just because of his endorsement? And the answer is probably yes. And again, then can those 50, 100, or 300,000 votes flip an election? The answer again is potentially yes.
There is, I suppose, this kind of element of playing a little bit with fire, where an endorsement by Elon Musk might mean a lot to a certain group of people, but it might also put many people off, and maybe even more simply because he's done it.